Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the brand new 2D Mario game that is coming to Nintendo Switch on October 20th later this year. And so I wanted to make a video talking about everything that we know and everything that we think about this brand new game. Now, starting with the obvious, the first thing we heard about are the brand new Wonder Flowers. The Wonder Flowers being these weird flowers that we see Mario grabbing and then warping the world around him in the game. According to the game's description on the eShop, this is simply called Wonder Effects. The things that the Wonder Flower causes are called Wonder Effects. And these Wonder Effects can range from everything. They turn Mario into a wrecking ball, they make a pipe dance, they make the world around Mario grow taller and shorter, and they just do all sorts of crazy stuff. And so it doesn't seem like there's any sort of strict limit onto what they can do, but that's just how it is, I guess. Now, on top of that, we also see that you're able to collect things called Wonder Seeds. As we see Mario collecting a Wonder Seed, and we see the little celebration for it in the game's while he's in the Wonder Flower world type thing. And then we also see Mario being rewarded one at the end of the level. So it seems like this is going to be our main goal/task, is to get all of these Wonder Seeds for whatever reason. We also know that you'll be able to play as a variety of playable characters, including Mario, Luigi, Toad, Peach, Daisy, and even Yoshi. Yet don't be an idiot like me and assume that Yoshi is a rideable power-up like it was in previous games just because we see people riding him. Because he is apparently his own person. We see only Yoshis being played in one stage, and we see that he has a life counter just like everyone else. So he's his own person, he is a playable character, but gosh darn it, they make it really confusing by having characters able to ride him. We also see that you'll be able to play as various colors of both Toads and Yoshis. Now, for Toads, we've only seen two different colors, being yellow and blue, which is in line with the rest of the Mario series so far, when you've been able to play as multiple Toads. However, for Yoshi, we've seen a lot more colors. We've seen green, red, blue, black. We've seen a lot of colors. And now, on top of that, let's get to the slightly less obvious, which is that it seems like characters, or at least some of the characters, are going to be having unique power-ups. This is because we see Mario consume what I'm just going to call an elephant apple, which allows him to become Elephant Mario. And in the game's description, they don't say, have fun with the new power-up, the elephant apple, or anything like that. Instead, they just simply say, you get to play as Elephant Mario, which seems to imply it's going to be a power-up completely unique to him. On top of the fact that the power-up is red in color, which is pretty much Mario's color, it seems to pretty heavily imply that this is going to be Mario's power-up, and potentially hints at the fact that the other characters might also have unique power-ups. On top of that, we already knew from the trailer that the game was going to have multiplayer, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be online. And that's not even me being pessimistic about it. That is just what they have actively said on the game's info page. If you go to the website, it says that you'll be able to share the wonderful experience with friends locally around one Nintendo Switch console. So, again, it seems like they're doing the local multiplayer only thing, which is kind of expected. I don't think anyone would have actively expected Nintendo to be doing online multiplayer right away. But it is also a little bit sad that they haven't gotten the memo, because literally every time multiplayer is available in a Mario game, people have begged Nintendo to make it online. And honestly, given that they already have 2D multiplayer online in things like Super Mario Maker 2, it really seems odd to me that they wouldn't just throw it in, even if it is a little bit clunky. But just because it's a thing that doesn't really affect the game, and it's a thing that they know players want, but whatever. It's just another example of, for every awesome and amazing and wonderful thing that Nintendo does, they have to add one weird downside. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm personally going to play it as a one-player game anyway, so, at least mostly. So it's not that much skin off my back, but it is kind of disappointing, you know what I mean? Talk about the setting of the game. This game seems to take place in the Flower Kingdom, as you can see from this level in the trailer. And some people have said that that's why Daisy's here, as in this is her kingdom. But, as an autistic nerd with no friends, I know that Daisy is actually from Sarasaland. And because of that, I know that the actual ruler of the Flower Kingdom is the Flower Prince who is engaged to Princess Peach. So, I know that that's not how it's supposed to be. That being said, though, they could, just go and retcon it all. Which is probably what they're doing. But, that's none of my business. Another thing that I noticed is in the game are these Mario blocks. You can see them in a few distinct moments. And initially, I thought this might be what the elephant apple came out of. It's going to be the thing that's where you get the unique power-ups. But then I looked again, and the elephant apple in the trailer comes out of a normal question mark block. So I have no idea what these Mario blocks are going to do. Another thought I had is that in the game Super Luigi U, the beginning of levels had you hit a Mario block that you could hit, and would change your physics to make it to where you played like Mario instead of playing like Luigi. Meaning that you didn't jump as high, you weren't all slippery, that sort of stuff. So, maybe since you're playing as multiple characters, they have the Mario block there to be like, hey, this will allow you to play with Mario physics for any of these characters instead of how they play. So, that could be the case. However, it does seem like these are more so in the middle of levels and not at the beginning like the Luigi ones were. Sorry, I stumbled over my words. But, I don't know. It could be. It's weird. Another thing I noticed is with the purple coins, it seems like they're a lot more fractured than the regular coins. And by that I mean when we see Mario collect them, he collects them and it only increases the decimal point at first. And then once he collects 10 of them, that's when it implements the actual number. I don't know what effect this will have on gameplay. Maybe, crossing my fingers, it's implying that the purple coins are more valuable, and that means you're going to be able to maybe buy things at some sort of in-game shop. But I'm not going to hold my breath. It could just be that this is just another collectible. I don't know, it's something I noticed, so I figured I'd mention it here. I don't know what effect it's going to have. I don't know how important it is. It's probably not important, but Admittedly, this is going a little bit more into speculation territory, but throughout the trailer, we see various enemies, mostly Goombas, sleeping and just kind of dozing off. And while this could be just a cute and fun thing they just threw into their cutesy platformer, and it's just all about, and it's just the fact of, hey, let's do something kind of cute and fun for this game. And it's to represent how relaxing the Flower Kingdom is. It could be that, or it could mean that this is hinting toward the fact that Kirby is going to be an unlockable character, just like how Rosalina was an unlockable character in the previous Super Mario 3D World. And on top of that, it could also mean that we are going to be getting a more Kirby-esque plot, meaning that Mario is going to get to the end. He's going to stop the bad guy, right? And then he's going to cause the summoning of some sort of horrific demon, just like in the Kirby games. And just like in the Kirby games, the bad guy was actually the one trying to stop the horrific demon from coming in. And now Mario's going to have to fight the horrific demon. Meaning that because the rating's still pending, this could be the first mature Mario game. Probably not, though. But, it's fun to think about. Also, while we're on the topic of things that are a little bit more speculation territory, I just wanted to point out the fact that the Wonder Flowers that have the possibility to relax and cause the world around you to change have absolutely nothing to do with another real-world flower that also is known to cause immense relaxation and even hallucination in high dosages. And that those two are just completely unrelated. Just like how the Marble the Rock roast in Tears of the Kingdom has nothing to do with another substance that was also a rock that also targeted a very specific group of people that also caused immense addiction and people to be a lot lazier. Again, I'm sure that it's just a coincidence. I'm sure they didn't mean anything by that at all, and that it just so happens to be a weird coincidence in the world. Small world, you know, every idea is recycled type of thing. I'm saying wonder flowers are OP. Another thing is that you seem to be guided by this talking flower, or at least that it's going to be appearing relatively frequently. Who knows, maybe this is the Flower Prince. On top of that, however, we also see that the hub world, or the level select type area, is going to be just like Super Mario 3D World, where it's going to be the characters are going to freely roam around it, and you're just going to walk up to the levels and select them that way. And it's not going to be the more traditional new Super Mario Bros. Way, which is kind of fun and kind of interesting. And that is all we know about this brand new Super Mario Bros. Title. And honestly, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be an interesting development in the Mario franchise, and it's certainly a lot more unique than the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Don't get me wrong, those were amazing games, and they were definitely well designed, but you also can't argue the fact that they did copy a lot between installments. I mean, heck, the very first one had completely unique boss fights and all of that, whereas everyone after that just recycled the Koopalings and had Boom Boom in between. So it's hard for me to say that that franchise didn't get stale and repetitive at a certain point. But Super Mario Bros. Wonder is going to be the thing that fixes that, I think. It's going to be an amazing installment, and no matter how you take your Mario, just remember to stay awesome.